It's a beautiful day outside. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's just a little bit of a breeze, so it just feels so wonderful and nice. Dad and I are in our little aluminum John boat with about I think it was a 25 mile an hour horsepower engine on the back. Couldn't ask for a better time. We're out there fishing, enjoying ourselves, just reeling them in. And I don't know if it's like this for sailors out in the sea, but the weather changed so abruptly. I hadn't the slightest clue what was going on. It felt like we were maybe fishing for 15 minutes, and then the next thing I know, the sky starts getting black, the wind's picking up a little too much, and then the weirdest thing happened as I was staring into the heavens turned dark. A voice from the clouds looked down upon me and said, "You have forsaken me." Everything after that moment, after I heard the voice in the sky, every single thing after that moment turned into a total nightmare. It began thundering outside, and stuff started running through my head like, yo, we're in an aluminum boat here. And about the time I was trying to finish that thought, the worst thing ever happened. It sounded like a horde of bears coming down a freaking mountain or a monster truck just jumping a stack of cars into trees. I looked and behold, lightning had struck a tree and it is falling, and Dad and I were just witnessing every tree in its path was just falling with it. I tried not to panic, and I looked at Dad and I said, we've got to get out of here. And the wind just kept picking up, and this boat wasn't big, man. This was like a 7-foot John boat. And so these waves started toppling, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die on a lake. Another crack of lightning went off, and I looked back at Dad, and he was trying his best. He was trying to get it started. Bless his heart. He was yanking on it, and it was and it wouldn't start for nothing. So, the panic was just kind of boiling inside of me. So I was like, Dad, we gotta go! We gotta go now! And Dad's over there, and I looked, and there's like a bolt at the bottom of the bracket, just flipped right out. But it didn't matter, man. We were going. We had to go. We had to get out of there. So we're hitting these waves, and we're just kind of riding, and he's got that thing full throttle. I mean, he's got it twisted all the way to the max 25 mile horsepower it's got, man. And we're just chugging along. We're jumping these giant waves, and we just want to make it to the truck at this point. But then it's like I seen in slow motion as we hit the waves, each wave impact, the bottom bracket that held the engine on down there just kind of kept getting looser and looser. And before I could say anything, it came off. So here's Dad, he's fighting it. And it's going through the boat, it's going around, it's jumping over the boat, in front of the boat, and it goes under the boat, and Dad jumps out, and he goes up on the beach, he drives through the trees, he comes back down, jumps back in the boat with me, and finally he gets it back stable, and he sits it on there, and I'm under his crotch, I'm trying to get the nuts in there, and torque it down real tight so we can keep going. So I'm holding the bottom of it, he's holding the top of it, and we're just holding it together. If we can just make it to shore, if we can just get through these waves, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine, son. We got back to land. I grabbed the closest tree I could, and I gave it a big old bear hug. Then lightning struck, and I said, maybe some other time.